So with our lovely Miss S, I wanted to do, she's like, woohoo, I wanted to do a little bit again with some playtime. So remember, play could be another great way to build up these really nice associations with, again, something happening in the environment that could be novel. So what I mean by that is sometimes her other classmates are, chatting a little bit because they too want to come back out, but we do take turns. So with my lovely little Miss S, I like to have her sometimes practicing with gear on, sometimes gear off. Remember too that if you've got a nice fenced in safe zone, you can of course do no leash, so don't worry. But I want her to start sometimes thinking that the novelty of the noises or the distractions can also then be paired with playtime. So I know we've chatted about this a little bit earlier where we would try to get our pups to do something else so that way we could start to help them hone in on the play versus the distraction. So Miss Lovely, Miss S over here does really love the Flirt pole. It is, again, one of my favorite toys. It doesn't mean that, for example, you're going to do this for long periods of time. You'll see that, for example, since it is kind of a more a sort of intense play kind of game where the puppies get revved and then you have to practice coming back from it. She's like, watch me do some circles. So I would recommend that if your puppy really does enjoy the Flirt pole, that you practice having on-off switches. So the benefit of having the toy is, again, she's like, watch me do some twirls, is that now we can take her excitement off of something else and funnel it into the appropriate item. She's like, it tickles my toes. Did it tickle your toesies? That was awful. She's like, it's like the seaweed touching you in the ocean. So the benefit of working with play, again, is you can take this puppy's wonderful drive and then funnel it into something that's more appropriate than getting either overwhelmed, frustrated, or distracted at times by things she's not quite maybe able to manage at that moment. So I'm not saying bring her somewhere really hard and all of a sudden just try playing. You'd want to build up toy drive and some of this exercise in an environment that's calm and relaxing and practice on purpose, getting her a little excited with the toy and then coming back from it. So I might go, ready, Sadie, do a little find it, get her to let go, and I'm going to go, are you ready? And we're going to go and play again. So again, we want the toy to be able to move, and I keep it low on the floor. I don't want it to go up so high that Miss S tries to jump, and then she might land funny. Ready? She's like, I smell really cool things. So again, she's looking for the crumbs that she lost. All right, that's a good girl. So right now, we're getting her up and wiggling. I keep the toy low enough that she's not leaping up into the sky. Remember, it's not a tuggy toy, so I don't want her thinking it's about grabbing, pulling. Nice, great drop. So as you can see that when I stop wiggling the toy, she does at moments take a moment to pause, and I feed her for that softness. So right here, we might go, ready, go get it. And now my toy comes alive again. Nice catch. And right here, the toy is wiggling, I'm playing, I'm getting it up and seeming like it's, again, a live critter. And then from here, we might go, ready, Sadie? Ready? Drop? Yes, I'm going to feed for that lovely let go. And I'm going to feed, excuse me, my saliva, feed again a few little reps for doing a nice job dropping the item. Then you could even do a little find it, get her up and moving, and then from here, go ready and have the toy come alive again. So again, love playing with a Flirt pole with puppies because a lot of times puppies love chasing, grabbing, biting, tugging. So these are, again, very dog-centric skills. And we want Miss S to say, you know what, I think I'd love to do this versus getting frustrated, I can't go check out that other thing. So the benefit of play, she's like, guys, chewing and playing is hard though. All right, see if you can finish your snack first. There you go. And then we can go and do some more play. Nice job. So, but the benefit of this is you're building up your puppy's ability to go from I'm excited to then checking in. So right here after play, we might go into a little sit, see if we can get some honing in. Nice, feed for that. What a smart girl. Then you could even take a little moment, toss a couple little find its, and the toy could still be out. Maybe you even leave it out and about. And then you go from there to working focus on you. So ready, Sadie, front. Yes. And then we might go into working a little bit of loose leash walking. So again, chewing is optional. She's just dragging her gear around, so no big deal. And then this way, again, she gets comfortable, almost like we mentioned with that longer training leash or drag line. She can then get more cozy moving with something sometimes dragging and just being nearby. Nice. So again, beautiful. I'm just feeding for all of this lovely engagement to me. I might go again, find it, let her take a little breather. Yes, my love? Okay, I'll come help you in 2 seconds. So with our lovely Miss S, she's like, good, I'll just use it as a lovely little step over. So I'm making sure that I'm capturing moments of sort of bounce back from the excitement of the play back into the focus on the handler or focusing on some skills like maybe a sit. If though your puppy is overwhelmed and movement behaviors are better, you could go from play into find its. So find its, get her up and wiggling. She's like, oh gosh, where'd it go? So then she could do some find its, then go again, Sadie, yes, nice job. She's like, guys, I swear I lost another snack. Good job. So, but now I could get her to, again, practice reorientation to me from the environment. The toy is still out and about, but now we're working sort of that on-off switch for my gorgeous gal. So now I might go grab my toy again, say, you ready? And she's like, yes, ma'am. And we'll go and we'll play again. She's like, I caught it. Nice job. You're doing a very good job. She gets a little tangled. I just readjust her gear so it's no big deal. And we go and play again. So, but she's really doing a splendid job at Doggy Day School. So I would highly recommend to keep the ball rolling, but just make sure, like we've mentioned in the past, is she growing into behaviors we want, or are we by accident allowing or by accident letting things occur, and then she's getting maybe really good at doing the skill we don't really love. So I would be very careful that, is this something I want my puppy to master and grow into, or would I prefer to have them not practice this exercise and get better at something else? So don't worry, my brain has melted by the end of the day too. So with your babes, remember, anything they're able to practice, they're gonna get good at, even the stuff we've deemed not okay. So even if it could be natural dog behavior, think, what would I rather have my puppy do? So nice. So always think of replacing things you don't love with something that might be a natural outlet for your dog, like a chew item, some enrichment. Obviously, physical and mental exercises are immensely beneficial because for a lot of dogs, behavioral problems are stemming from typically lack of their needs being met. And then also not realizing the breed that you may have adopted or purchased or whatever have certain things they also really enjoy. Or two, you're dealing with genetics. So what were the parents like? What was the lineage like? Like, what are we dealing with normal behavior from that particular breed versus another breed? So definitely things to take into consideration when we're working with our beauties to make sure we're helping them be the best they can be, but also to have attainable goals that are within your puppy's comfort range and ability. So, but our lovely Miss S, nice job. Ready? Drop? Yes. Is really doing a splendid job with this sort of on-off switch because, again, for a lot of puppies going into adolescence, this is difficult for them. So make sure that throughout these different life changes, we're still working through some of this different skill set. Because a lot of times we get this false sensehood with puppies, like, oh, they're doing great with this, they're doing great with that. And then all of a sudden adolescence hits and now you're like, oh my gosh, where are we going? So just keep your end consistent, but don't feel that you can't also lower the criteria or set up your puppy for success by managing the environment. Because a lot of times the environment is what's actually creating the behavior, not your dog all by themselves. So very nice job, Miss S. So we'll give her a little breather from some of this play. Her other girlfriend wants to say it's her turn as well. She likes the flirt pull too. So we'll give our little Miss S a break from this game and we'll do a few other skills in just a moment.